Good morning. Welcome to beautiful Highland, Utah. I thought I would share a little good morning wake up flow, just a little quick way to start your day. And I thought I'd do it outside so you can see the beautiful mountains behind me. Hopefully, the dog behind me won't bark the whole entire time and you can hear me nice and loud over that sound. Anyways, let's start seated on our mat in a comfortable position, settling into our space. It's great to be here. It's great to be awake. It's great to be alive. We are grateful. We're entering Thanksgiving time, so let's fill our hearts with gratitude today and gratefulness. Inhaling and exhaling through our nose, nice big breaths. Let's keep our hands at heart center here, just trying to fill our space with gratitude, just feeling grateful that we're alive and we're awake and our bodies are here for us. Do a little bit of stretching and do a little bit of work, just feeling ourselves in this space. As we start to settle in, notice our breath. Let's just drop the hands down a little bit, feeling that gratitude fill up our heart center, feeling that breath as it inhales and comes through our body, filling our body with gratefulness. And then feeling that breath as it leaves our body, being grateful that we're here, we can breathe, we're healthy, we're feeling at peace. Let's take a couple more breaths here, nice big inhales and exhales. Just inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then let's take a big inhale up with those arms. Bring those hands through to heart center. Let's do 3 or 4 of these big inhales up. Exhales, bringing our hands down through heart center. Big inhale up. Bringing our hands down through heart center. Let's do one more big inhale up. This time when you bring those hands down through heart center, let's bring them all the way around. And let's bring the right hand to the left knee, other hand behind us, lift up, looking over that back shoulder and breathing, feeling grateful for our bodies, feeling grateful for this moment in time. Coming back to heart center, bring those hands back to the center of our heart, feeling our hearts open, feeling ourselves filled with gratitude. And then inhaling and exhaling, opposite hand to opposite knee. Other hand comes around, lifting, looking over that back shoulder. Coming back to center, let's bring the body around, coming to all fours. Let's start with the right set of toes out behind us on the ground, just rocking back and forth here, feeling the stretch in those calves, the stretch in the hips. And then coming back to center, let's lift that heel. Opposite hand comes out and we breathe. Nice big inhale and exhale. Dropping that hand, dropping that knee, that opposite set of toes come out on the ground, pressing into the ground, coming back and forth here. One more big inhale and exhale. We come back to neutral. That heel comes up and that opposite hand comes out and breathe. Nice big breath. And then dropping that hand, dropping that knee, pressing into child's pose. Let's extend the arms way out in front of us. Elbows are up off the ground, really stretching out the top of the shoulders, the top of the back. Maybe we rock back and forth a little bit on those hips before we find some stillness. Starting to inhale and exhale through the nose here, really using that breath to move the body. So we inhale, we lift up, we exhale, we sink down, feeling that big stretch as it expands when we let go of that breath. Coming back up to center. Those knees are hip distance apart. Let's come into a few cats and cows here. So nice big inhale as we exhale. Let's roll that spine up, dropping the head, and then reversing that movement. So really get into this here. Really use that breath to fuel that movement. Let's do 2 more. And come back to that flat back. Once we come back to that flat back, we're going to send the left set of toes out behind us, press into that calf, and then lifting that heel again. Opposite hand comes out nice and long. Nice big inhale, and we reach. Exhale and curl. Inhale and reach. Exhale and curl. Let's do 1 more. Inhale and reach. Exhale and curl. And then dropping the hands and the knees. Same thing on the other side. Toes come out behind us. Press. And then lifting into that heel. That opposite hand comes out nice and long. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we curl. 2 more of these. 1 more. And then dropping back into that child's pose. This time the hands are way out in front of us, elbows up off the ground. Nice big breath. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. Big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to thread that right arm underneath, walking it out as far as we can, and then dropping both shoulders, maybe dropping the chin. Feeling that stretch in the chest, especially across the shoulders. Using that breath again to fill ourselves up with that gratitude, and then letting it go as we sink towards the earth. 1 more breath here. And then that arm comes out, recentering, restretching, readjusting. Nice big inhale. That opposite hand comes down and through. Extending those fingertips nice and long, and then letting ourselves drop into that stretch. This should feel good, waking up that body. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to unthread that arm and come up onto those shins. So we're in the center of our mat. We're pressing the tops of the feet down into the ground here. Shoulders, let's roll them back a couple times. Again, opening that heart center, dropping the hands, nice big inhale and exhale here. So we're in and on the shin mountain. I want you to imagine you're in mountain, the tail is tucked, the shoulders are open, the hands are wide. Inhaling that gratitude, and then exhaling any expectations that we have, just being grateful for this moment. Take a big inhale up with the arms. Exhale those hands down to heart center. Again, big inhale up with those arms. This time, let's drop one arm, opposite arm comes over, really feeling that stretch up the side body, looking underneath that shoulder, everything's in a line. And then that top hand comes down. Big inhale up again, opposite hand comes down. Nice stretch over to the opposite side. Maybe those fingertips come down to the knee, pulling that shoulder open, looking underneath that arm. And then that top hand comes down. Bring the hands in front of you. We're going to press up into a down dog. So first, let's tuck the toes under, press that booty back. And then pushing ourselves up, walking those legs out, just waking ourselves up here. So whatever it is you need to do, maybe coming up on those toes, setting those heels back down, maybe walking those feet out. And breathe. And then coming into that down dog. So setting ourselves up here. Fingers are nice and widespread. Head is just hanging, letting that body hang. Feet are shoulder distance apart. Lift those toes, spread them out, send them back down onto the floor. Navel is coming up towards the sky. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. Coming into that forward fold. Now bend those knees, let that body hang, sway from side to side here. Stretching out the backs of those legs, stretching out the booty. And then letting ourselves find some stillness, just letting ourselves fall here. Inhaling up for half flat back. Open those shoulders. Extend that heart center. Breathe in with gratitude. Exhale. Falling into that forward fold. Big swan dive all the way up. Bring those hands to heart center all the way down. Walking out into that down dog. Inhaling that right leg up in the air, bend the knee, open the hip, looking underneath the shoulder. Maybe you want to rotate that foot. Bringing it back to center, squaring up those hips, extending that heel, and then letting that heel fall. Same thing on the other side, inhaling that opposite leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip, looking underneath the shoulder, maybe rotating it. And then bringing that knee back to center, dropping that foot down. This time we're going to walk the feet up to meet the hands, dropping into that forward fold. Inhaling up for half flat back. Exhale, folding. Big swan dive all the way up. Bringing our hands down to heart center, all the way down. Inhaling up for half flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping back into down dog and breathe. Take a couple breaths here. Inhaling as we exhale into plank. Pressing back into down dog. Inhaling into plank. Pressing back into down dog. Inhaling one more time to plank. Holding, breathing, pressing back into down dog, and then walking those hands back into forward fold. Inhaling up for half flat back. Exhale, folding. Big swan dive all the way up. Bringing those hands to heart center. Coming into that mountain at the back of our mat. Toes are lifted. We are nice and tall. We have a beautiful mountain going. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Lifting that left foot, stepping forward into warrior two. So we're just going to straighten that front leg and bend that front leg. Straighten that front leg. Bend that front leg. Let's do a couple more. And then we're in that warrior two, flipping our palms, coming into reverse. Back into warrior two. Straightening the legs, shifting forward, coming into triangle. Keeping that front leg straight, lifting up, flipping those palms, coming into reverse. And then both hands come to the front of the mat, stepping back into down dog. So finding that balance here in down dog. Shifting into plank. Shifting back into down dog. Let's do that 3 more times. Last time. We are back in down dog, walking those hands back in our forward fold. Inhaling up for half flat back. Exhale, folding. Big swan dive all the way up. Bringing our hands to heart center. So readjusting that mountain pose. Tilting that tail, shoulders are back, hands come to heart center. Lifting that right foot, sending it out in front of you, coming into that warrior two. Dropping into your space, checking your toes, making sure that front thigh is open, dropping those shoulders. Now coming in and out of that leg, just finding your space here. And then coming into that warrior two. Flipping our palms, coming into reverse. Bringing those hands back. Straightening that leg, shifting forward, coming into triangle. Keeping that front leg straight, lifting those hands, flipping our palms, coming into reverse. And then the hands come to the front of the mat, stepping forward for forward fold. Let's bring the big toes together, the heels apart, bend, slight bend in those knees, let that body hang. And breathe. Let that body really hang here, starting to straighten those knees a little bit, straighten those legs. And then bringing those feet back to center. Inhaling up for half flat back. Exhale, folding. Slowly rolling all the way up. Rolling those shoulders back. Let's come to the center of our mat. Let's bring those feet hip distance apart. We're going to come into a squat. Maybe a little farther than hip distance apart. Let's have the toes coming out towards the side. Tuck that tail. We're going to inhale up, straighten the legs, and exhale down, sweep the ground. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. I want you to stay here and bring those hands to heart center. Fire up those legs. Pressing the thumbs into the heart, lifting the chest, lifting the toes. Feeling gratitude for this moment and this space right here. And breathe. And then inhaling back up. Let's open to goalpost arms. Bring those hands back to heart center. So the hands are at the heart center. Soft knees. We're going to inhale and exhale into flat back here. And hold. And then drop the hands to the floor. Walk them over to one set of toes. Doesn't matter which ones. Maybe you toe those toes out towards the corner of the mat a little bit more here. Keep the hand on the pinky toe side of the foot. Inhale that opposite arm up. So really try to open here. Try to look up towards the top fingers. Top hand comes down. Walk those hands to center. Readjust the feet. Walk the hands underneath, behind the shoulders. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, you're going to drop the crown of the head. And then lifting, walking over to the other set of toes. Those toes are going to toe out to the corner a little bit more here. That hand stays on the pinky toe side of the foot as we inhale that opposite arm up, looking up towards those fingertips. And breathe. Top hand comes down. Now we're going to straighten so we're facing the front of the mat. Maybe pull the back toes in a little bit more. Try to get those hips in a line, extending our chest. Big inhale, exhale, let that chest fall into that leg. And then lifting the chest, bending into that front knee, those hands come in front of us, and we lift that back foot. Nice big inhale as we exhale. We're going to bring that knee down to meet the calf in front of you as you bent that front leg. So a modified Shiva squat and press. Modified Shiva squat and press. Let's do two more. Firing up those legs, firing up that core, getting our bodies ready for our day. Last time, up and hold. And then walk the hands back and drop that back foot back into that pyramid. So the chest is extended, both legs are straight. Try to drop into that calf. And then we're going to walk around to the center. Walk those hands out into that wide-legged down dog. Really pressing into the ground here. And then walking around to the other side. So now we're facing the front or the back of your mat, whichever. Maybe bring that back foot in a little bit. Extend the chest. Both legs are straight. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, you drop into that leg. And breathe. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bend into that leg, lifting that back foot nice and tall, nice and strong. And then back into those modified Shiva squats. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we bend that front leg. That back knee comes to that calf. And we press open. And we press back in. And open. Two more here. Waking up those hips. Waking up those legs. Feeling gratitude. Being grateful to be here today. Now we're in that modified standing split or half moon, whichever, but both hands are on the ground. And breathe. Dropping that back foot. Let's come all the way up into Warrior Two. Dropping those shoulders. That front arm comes to that thigh. Inhaling that opposite arm up into that side angle pose. Let's come back up into that Warrior Two. Hands to heart center, squatting in the center here. And then inhaling and exhaling into Warrior Two on the other side. Let's bring that front forearm to that thigh, inhaling that arm up into that side angle pose. Back up into Warrior Two. Hands to heart center into that squat. Let's bring the feet way in this time. Almost in a wide chair, and hold and breathe. Big inhale up. Bring those hands to heart center. Walk those feet in. We're going to end standing today. Let's bring the feet all the way together. Tuck that tail. Roll those shoulders. Ending in mountain pose today. If you want to come down and take a Savasana after this, it's totally up to you. But starting our day, grateful and energized. Let's take a big inhale up. Bring those hands down to heart center. Pressing the thumbs into that heart center. Pressing the palms together. Pressing the feet together, feeling grounded, feeling here, feeling aware, feeling grateful. Let's take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, I bow to you. The light in me honors, appreciates, and loves the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me for this short practice. Namaste.